let's start setting up, shall we?
Okay.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Philbert Flies, or welcome if it's your first time. Hello LJ Vlogs, hello Dazza, hello Jason, and hello Mark. Nice to have you with me, and anyone else who's watching but so far remaining silent. So this afternoon's flight is Vueling flight 2972 from Barcelona El Prat to, where are we going? Nantes Atlantique, that's where we're going. Hence the French introductory music for those of you watching live. So we're parked up at gate 202 here at Barcelona, and I thought we might take a little wander down to the aircraft along the beautifully modelled jetway. Unfortunately the door's closed, but it's fine, we can go through it, and if we're careful we can avoid falling out. There we are, that's what I was trying to achieve. I'm off till Wednesday as well actually, Jason. Hello Jay, nice to see you. And we'll just nip out here and have a good look at our aircraft. So after the catastrophic crash to desktop on the last flight, I have replaced my Vueling livery with this one from flightsim.to, which someone recommended I do. So hopefully, touch wood, we won't have too many issues today and we should have a nice smooth flight. Hello Cathal, nice to see you. So welcome on board. I've done a little bit of setting up as per usual. We've started the FS2 crew pre-flight events. We're on external power. And we're about 15-20 minutes before departure at the moment. Good, glad you liked it, Jason. I try and find something representative of the country I'm flying to. I don't always succeed, but there was a lot of good classic French bangers on Epidemic Sound, so we were okay. Right, APU is on. We've got the local pressure set. And as always, I'm using Pilot to ATC. So we will contact them and get our clearance. Clearance delivery, Vueling 2972, ready to copy IFR clearance. Vueling? I can't speak today. I've just come off night shift, so forgive me if I'm a little bit less alert than usual. Clearance delivery, Vueling 2972, ready to copy IFR clearance.
Aircraft calling clearance delivery, say again with your call sign.
I did say with my call sign. Let's try once more. Vueling 2972, ready to copy IFR clearance. Vueling 2972, ready to copy IFR clearance. Oh dear. We're having a bad day with the perhaps I should try calling it Vueling. Maybe I'd prefer that. Vueling 2972, ready to copy IFR clearance. Chris, you're descending to Gatwick. Excellent. Happy landing. Careful. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I've updated it, and I understand there are also some new textures, so we'll have a little look out for those as we go along. But really, I just want to get my clearance, and it doesn't want me to. Let's disconnect and try again. See, it's times like this when I think maybe I should just give VATSIM a go on a live stream at some point.
Visibility 6 miles.
Oh well, we'll get the ATIS while we're here.
Clouds. Temperature 18, dew point 14.
Nice and warm.
QNH is 1022.
QNH is
Arriving
1022.
and departing runway 25 left, 25 right.
Okay.
JOSEP Tower.
Let's try again. We will refile our flight plan in Pilot to ATC. I've done that, good. Vueling 2972, ready to copy IFR clearance. Vueling 2972, ready to copy IFR clearance. They don't want to talk to me. Thank you, Flightzilla. I was very, very pleased. I was very pleased.
JOSEP Taradelis.
What about if I try typing it? Vueling 2972, ready to copy IFR clearance. Let's see.
Hi, the security and safety checks are all done. Are we good to start boarding?
Yes, board away.
Yes,
board away, but
okay.
We're not going anywhere at the moment because we can't get clearance. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm sort of coming to the end of my patience with Pilot to ATC. When it works well, it's absolutely fantastic. When it doesn't, it really just makes life a lot more difficult than it should be. But anyway, I've just got to refile my flight plan again because it's deleted my chosen runway and my chosen SID. So we're going to be hopefully taking off from runway 25 left via the Maupass 3 Quebec departure. Yes, indeed. But the thing is, I'm questioning whether it's my pronunciation of Vueling. But I did a Vueling flight last time and it was fine, so I don't know what the problem is. Yeah, I've been wondering about that as well, LJ Vlogs. I don't know. I don't know anything about consoles, to be honest. I assume there must be a way you can still use an online marketplace and just download things, but yeah, I'm far from an expert. Right, let's try again. Vueling 2972, ready to copy IFR clearance.
Aircraft calling clearance delivery, say again with your call sign.
I mean, I did. I said my call sign. Vueling 2972, ready to copy IFR clearance. And then the second time they just ignore me. Why? Vueling 2979, ready to copy IFR clearance.
Aircraft calling clearance delivery, say again with your call sign.
Vueling 2972, ready to copy IFR clearance.
Vueling 2972
Hooray!
is cleared to Lima Foxtrot Romeo Sierra. Climb via the MOPA 2P departure, with the Maupass transition, then as filed. Expect departure runway 25 right. Climb to flight level 200 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 10 minutes after departure. Squawk 6143.
Vueling 2972 is cleared to Lima Foxtrot Romeo Sierra. Climb via the Maupass 2P departure, with the Maupass transition, then as filed. Climb to flight level 200 via
Yeah,
the
that's true,
departure.
LJ Vlogs. Yeah, that might do that.
Expect higher clearances 10 minutes after departure. Squawk 6143.
So what did I put in?
Vueling
6143? Yes.
2972
Now I do want to
read
take
back
off from
correct.
runway 25 left if
QNH is
possible.
1022
And I
contact
did put
ground
that
on
into Pilot to ATC.
121.65 when ready
But
for
they've
pushback.
chosen
Have
to
a good
ignore me.
afternoon.
QNH is 1022 ground on 121.65 Vueling 2972.
Vueling 2972, request runway 25 left. Vueling 2972, request runway 25 left.
Vueling 2972, this is Barcelona clearance delivery on 121.8.
Yes, I know.
Please repeat your request.
I want to take off from runway 25 left. Couldn't be clearer, could I? Let me just check my printed out phraseology guide. Don't worry, people. We will get this flight underway soon. I just want it to be as realistic as possible. And Zanis informed me that 25 right is shut at the moment, so I want to take off from 25 left, which shouldn't be too much to ask, should it? Vueling 2972, request departure runway 25 left. Fine. We'll use 25 right.
2972 departure on runway 25 left is approved.
Oh, good.
Call for amended clearance when ready.
Good. I'm ready. Vueling 2972, ready to copy IFR clearance. I've never used iVow. I do use VATSIM sometimes, and I get on quite well with it, but what I don't like is the fact that, you know, you have to fly at very specific times of day to have any chance of getting ATC coverage throughout. Hello, Bake Mom, thank you. Yeah, nice to see you. Very exciting. Could well still happen, millionaire by Christmas. We'll see. Vueling 2972, ready to copy IFR clearance.
Vueling 2972 is cleared to Lima Foxtrot Romeo Sierra. Climb via the MOPA1F departure, with the MOPA's transition, then as filed. Expect departure runway 25 left. Climb to flight level 200 via the departure.
Okay, good.
Expect higher clearances 10 minutes after departure. Squawk 6143.
Vueling 2972 is cleared to Lima Foxtrot Romeo Sierra. Climb via the MOPA 1F
Maybe I should give Avo a
with the
go.
MOPA's transition, then as filed.
I don't know, Jason. I don't
Climb
know.
to flight
I'm hoping the
level
ground
200
controller's better.
via the departure.
Right, so we need to
Expect
change
higher
this
clearances
to
10
25
minutes after
left.
departure. Squawk
And
6143.
we want the
Vueling
MOPA
2972
1
read back
Foxtrot
correct.
departure.
QNH is 1022 contact.
I mean,
ground
really, I
on
want the
121
MOPA 1 Quebec, but I'm not
65
gonna.
when
I'm not
ready
gonna
for
keep going
pushback.
with
Enjoy
this.
your afternoon.
QNH is 1022 ground on 121.65 Vueling 2972.
How does that look? Spot on. Good. Now we just need to sort out our altitude constraints, if there are any. So we make a slight turn at 500 feet, which is this user waypoint here. Then at well, at Dotis, I believe we should be. Where's Dotis? It's not on there. Probably because I'm looking at the wrong chart. That's why. Let me just update that on my iPad. Mopass, where are you? I can't even find a chart for it. It's strange, isn't it? It might be because I haven't updated my nav data. Anyway, fine. We'll go with it. I've left the nav data a little bit out of date in the hope it matches the InSim nav data. So we'll just leave the default. Don't know what our altitude restrictions are going to be, but they tend to be at or above on the chart I've got in front of me for the other procedure I wanted. So that's all good. So we'll just climb to flight level 200. So our departure is set up in the flight plan. Let me just embed more. Have you done any flights since the update? Yes, but I have been struggling a little bit with my landings. Let's have a quick look at that. That's a good point. Oops, wrong one. Controls. Do you know, I hadn't thought about that. So T16000 sensitivity. They seem alright. They seem alright. I think I did have a little bit more of a dead zone, but I wasn't set on that. So yeah, we'll see how we get on. okay, Andrea. We will. I'll see what I can do after departure. You tried Pilot 280C, didn't get on with it. Yeah, I have to say it worked really well for me when I first got it, and I was very impressed. But lately, it's had a lot wrong with it. Yeah, I know what you mean. SimBrief adds a lot of information that it just can't interpret, and then you end up with a totally different route. Anyway, all this chit-chat has given our passengers time to board, so that's good. And we've got this all set up, other than our init B page. Block fuel is 6.8 tons. And we can import the zero fuel weight and centre of gravity from the sim. And our perf page, now I did calculate the V speeds prior to starting the stream, and they are 146, 146 and 147. Transition altitude is 6,000 feet. And we're going to use 1500 and 3000 as our thrust reduction and acceleration altitudes. Flaps 1 takeoff with a flex takeoff temperature of 55 degrees. Good, so that is our MCDU fully set up, which means we can run the before start checklist.
Before start checklist.
Cockpit prep.
Completed.
Completed. Gear pins and covers.
Removed.
Signs.
On and auto.
ADS.
Nav.
Fuel quantity.
Set.
Takeoff data.
Set.
Baro ref.
1022 set.
1022 set. Down to the
Hi
line.
guys, here's the load sheet for you.
Thanks.
No problem, have a
Good.
safe flight.
And turn our APU bleed on, get rid of our external power. Oh, that's good. You know, I hadn't actually noticed what the nav data had been updated to. I assumed it would have been a couple of months out of date. But I'm pleased it's the latest. It's very, very positive. And while we're down here, or now we're back down here I should say, we may as well get the latest weather, the latest meta, for both our airports.
Also review the safety instruction in your seat pocket. If you're seated at an exit seat, also review the exit seating criteria.
Oh dear, what do I do about all this spam that's turning up? I'll block them. I'll block them, but they seem to keep coming. Not so good. Right, we can fast forward our pre-flight events now because we're ready to go.
Hey guys, all packs are on board. Are we clear to close?
Yep.
Thanks, let me know if you need anything.
Will do, will do. So the door's all closed up, jetway's going away. So we can call for our push and start clearance. Vueling 2972, ready for pushback and engine start.
Aircraft calling ground, say again with your call sign.
Vueling 2972, ready for pushback and engine start.
Vueling 2972 pushback and engine start approved.
Pushback and engine start approved. Vueling 2972.
So we'll turn our beacon on, check our thrust levers are at idle, which they are, and complete the before start checklist.
Below the line.
Windows and doors.
Closed.
Closed. Beacon.
On.
Thrust levers.
Idle.
Parking brake.
On.
Before start checklist complete.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead, flight deck.
We are ready for pushback and engine start.
Roger. Release the parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes released.
Pushing back.
Would be nice if the tug would connect before asking us to release our parking brakes, but it's early days. And again, I've had an attempt at measuring the distance, so we'll see how this pushback goes.
You're clear behind, and you can start your engines at your discretion.
Okay, starting our engines then.
Starting engine 1.
Engine mode selector to start. Yes, this is Pushback Express. Yep, yep. No, I have never used the voice control for it, if that's what you mean. Yeah, I think it's quite good. I think it's, if I'm honest, a little bit expensive for what it does at the moment, but I'm sure it'll be updated regularly. It has been so far, and hopefully when the sim allows we'll be able to push back properly without intervening at all. That is my hope anyway. Right, engine
Pushback
1
complete.
is
Set
nearly
parking
stable.
brakes, please.
Parking brake set.
Roger.
Got the
Okay,
available
the tow bar is
notification.
disconnected and the equipment is clear. We will see you on the right side with the beam.
Oops.
Thanks, and
Starting
you can
engine
disconnect and go to hand signals.
Thanks, have a good flight. See you later.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board.
I do have the livery pack, Ollie. I do. I have the mega pack, but I haven't installed all of them. I just tend to drag in the ones that I want.
There is an instruction card in
I don't know why, really. I think it just, I mean, it's easier to scroll through, that's why.
Regulations require compliance with this information.
Oh, that's interesting,
as well as
Mark.
all crew instructions.
Yeah, the live weather still isn't quite there.
Fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal tip into the buckle. Tighten by pulling on the belt. To release your seatbelt, lift the metal flap on the buckle. It is our policy that you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times while seated. Doors are clearly marked with exit signs and instructions for door operation. Each door is equipped with an escape slide. Locate the nearest exit to you and note that the nearest exit may be behind you. In an emergency,
Let's just double check our weather. I did check it before starting, and we listened to the ATIS, but so we are seeing few clouds at 2,000 feet.
Remain seated with your
I mean, that does look like, you know, it looks like it matches the meta to me. Wind from 210 at 7 knots, varying between 180 and 240.
Place the elastic band around your head.
No cloud
and
at
tighten by pulling on the end.
Nantes, so that's good.
Secure your own mask
And a light
or
wind
zip
from
another.
190, also
Your
variable.
life jacket is located under your seat. Tighten strap
Oh, the
on
no, the
outside
Vueling
your
one
bra.
is not in the
Pull on
livery pack.
tab
I did get that
to
from
inflate the jacket.
flightsim.to.
If the jacket fails to inflate, use the tube placed nearest the neck. Your jacket is
Right,
equipped
let's
with a
do
light
our
that will
after start
automatically
checklist. But
illuminate
before we
the
do, we can turn off the APU
This is
bleed,
a
turn off the
non-smoking flight.
APU,
Smoking
and we
is
can
not
turn on the
permitted
taxi
in the
light while
cabin
we're up
or
here.
in the lavatory. Cabin lights will
And
now
we
be
can
turned
turn the
off.
engine mode
Leading
selector
light
back to
buttons
normal.
are located over your head.
After
Thank you
start
very much for your
checklist.
attention.
Anti-ice.
Set.
ECAM status.
Checked.
Pitch trim.
26% set.
Rudder trim.
0.
After start checklist complete.
Flight control check.
Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral.
Rudder.
Full left. Full right. Neutral.
And we'll let the first officer do his. And while he does, we may as well call for taxi clearance, I think. Vueling 2972, ready to taxi.
Vueling 2972 taxi to runway 25 left via taxiways November 7, November 6, Delta 3, Delta 2, Delta 1, Kilo 4, Kilo 3, Kilo 2, Kilo 1, Golf 1, hold short runway 02, and runway 25 left.
Taxi to runway 25 left via taxiways November 7, November 6, Delta 3,
That is
Delta
a
2,
lot of instruction.
Delta 1, Kilo 4, Kilo 3, Kilo 2, Kilo 1, Golf 1, hold short runway 02, and runway 25 left Vueling 2972.
Let me see if I can spot any of these taxiways. So we're on taxiway Lima at the moment, near Lima 10. I cannot see... Oh, I see. November's up there. That's crazy. I'm not doing that. I know the way.
Clear left side.
Clear right side.
Brake check.
Pressure 0.
Yeah, I think in reality they would probably just say taxi via November, Delta and Kilo. Do you know what I mean? I think. I don't know. One day I'll do it on VATSIM, or indeed iVal, and see how it differs from the reality. But of course the good thing about using offline ATC is it really doesn't matter so much if you mess up. Tell you what, it feels good to be flying. I've done so much reviewing of add-ons lately that it's taken me away from actually doing what we all bought the simulator to do. Oh, smooth flying, welcome. Don't worry about missing that stream, it all went horribly wrong because the sim crashed about 20 minutes before landing. And it was one of those flights that I was really enjoying. It was going very well. Didn't make any mistakes. I was quite looking forward to my first landing here other than during the review. And yeah, then that happened. But hey ho, worse things happen at sea. I'll be back there. I'll be back there, smooth flying. I like it a lot. I'm in the middle of reviewing Trondheim at the moment, which is another great airport, from the same guy who did Cologne Bonn. It's another Aerosoft release. Good long taxi out to the active runway today, which is nice because we get to see more of this airport. When I heard they'd updated some of the textures, I was really rather hoping it was these grand textures, but they seem to be much the same.
Vueling 2972 clear to cross runway 20.
Clear to cross runway 20, Vueling 2972.
That's nice. Also, I'm sure the jetways will work eventually. I know they've updated the SDK to allow custom jetways. I don't know if it supports those, oh, I've forgotten what they're called. The ones that only move on 2 axes. But if it doesn't now, it will eventually. Right, let's run the before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff checklist.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Checked. Flight instruments.
Checked.
Checked. Briefing.
Confirmed.
Flat setting.
Config 1 plus F.
Config 1 plus F. V1, VR, V2, flex temp.
V1, 146, VR, 146, V2, 147.
V1, 146, VR, 146, V2, 147, ATC.
Set.
ECAM memo.
Takeoff no blue.
Down to the line.
So the only blue we had was the cabin ready, and to get rid of that you do what I just did. press one of the bells for the cabin crew, and the auto brake, which will set to max once we are on the runway in position, because otherwise it disarms automatically every time you tap the toe brakes.
Vueling 2972, contact tower on 118.1. Have a good afternoon.
Tower on 118.1, Vueling 2972.
Tower, Vueling 2972, ready for departure, runway 25 left.
Vueling 2972, winds are 210 at 7 knots, cleared for takeoff, runway 25 left, squawk 6143.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 25 left,
Cleared for
squawking
takeoff.
6143, Vueling 2972.
So, just before we go, we need to turn our transponder to TARA. We need to turn on our weather radar and our predictive wind shear system. And as we
Below the
line up,
line.
Cabin crew, be seated for takeoff.
we can
Takeoff
carry on
runway.
with our before start checklist, before takeoff checklist.
Confirmed.
Confirmed. Cabin crew.
Advised.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
Packs.
Thank you, Flightzilla. I'll do
Before
my best.
takeoff checklist complete.
Okay. So, auto brakes to max. Let's do this.
Ready?
Ready.
Take off.
Thrust levers to 50%, engine stable. Up to flex.
Manflex, SRS, runway, auto thrust blue.
Check. Thrust set. $100 knots.
Check.
V1, rotate. Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up.
AP1.
Check.
And here we are in the air. Hooray!
Vueling 2972,
Lever to
contact
climb, passing
Barcelona
1500.
control on 119.45. Enjoy your afternoon.
Sector on 119.45, Vueling 2972. Sector Vueling 2972, climbing to flight level 200.
Vueling 2972, good afternoon. Radar contact.
I was hoping we might fly over the city, but I guess these standard instrument departures are there specifically to stop you doing that. Maybe we'll have a look in a Cessna one day.
Flap 0.
Speed checked. Flaps 0.
After takeoff, climb checklist.
Landing gear.
Up.
Flaps.
Retracted.
Packs.
On.
Vueling
Down to the line.
2972, climb and maintain flight level 200.
I am.
Climb and maintain flight
Just
level
accelerating to
200,
250 knots.
Vueling 2972.
Hello again, Intended Chaos. Nice to see you again. That's an interesting feature of this livery that I hadn't noticed. So I didn't put in a registration because it already has one baked in. But because of that, it's put question mark up here. Yeah, the weather radar does look good, you're right. I didn't know you're here, Pablo. Nice to see you. Right, we can switch to standard pressure now because we are
Set standard.
Standard.
Well over our
Cross-checked.
transition altitude.
Passing flight level 084. Now.
Check. Below the line.
Barrow ref.
Standard set.
Standard set. After takeoff checklist complete.
Yes, I do have live traffic on, yeah. Isn't much of it about though, is there? So, passing 10,000 feet, we can turn our landing lights off. And because it's nice and smooth, we'll turn the seatbelt sign off as well.
Climb to flight level 200.
Expedite climb to flight level 200, Vueling 2972.
No worries, Andrea. Nice to see you briefly. Thank you very much, and yeah, see you again, I hope. So now we're airborne, I'll tell you a little bit about our routing. As you would expect, we are heading northwest and we'll be crossing the border into France just west of Andorra. We'll be passing west of Toulouse and heading up over France just to the right of Bordeaux, and then we'll pretty much be there. We'll be seeing La Rochelle on our descent, I imagine, and perhaps a couple of other French coastal towns before we arrive in Nantes. Yes, I do have auto thrust on, yeah. That's what this thrust climb notification is about. So as soon as you put it into the climb detent, it'll manage the thrust for you, and it automatically switches auto thrust on as soon as you select any of these detents, so either toga or flex or climb. Oh, good, good. Yeah, it's a lovely day for flying, isn't it? This town down here is Villafranca del Penedès, for those who were wondering.
Vueling 2972, climb and maintain flight level 280.
Climb and maintain flight level 280, Vueling 2972.
Are you talking about this speed dial, Jason? I wish the delay to YouTube was slightly less. goodness me, what do you call it? It's I got gone totally blank. This display here. Oh gosh, can't remember. Ask me when I haven't just come off nights, I'll tell you. But this dial here, where you select the airspeed, that would only be in use if you're using selected airspeed mode. At the moment we're using managed speed mode. So every time you see dashes here and a dot, or at least a dot, it means that the aircraft is deciding what speed to fly at and what heading to fly based on what you've set up in the MCDU. Yeah, I don't think there's anything you can do about it, Cathal. There's less of a delay with Twitch, but as far as I can tell, everyone who streams on YouTube has like 20 or 30 seconds of delay. Mind you, now I've got 1,000 subscribers, I might ring them up and tell them to sort it out. Unless it's even worse than usual, I haven't had a look today. Gosh, yeah, I'm just watching the YouTube video. It's about 20 seconds, isn't it? It's not ideal. Jason, I'm going to post a link to my my tutorial because I think you'd find it useful, and I even remember what that display's called in my tutorial. It's great. Playlists, tutorials, share. Is that true, Pablo? That's interesting. For some reason, I would have expected it to be much, much longer. I don't know why.
Vueling 2972, climb and maintain flight level 340.
Climb and maintain flight level 340, Vueling 2972.
Yeah, it takes a bit of time, Jason, but you'll get there. You'll get there. I mean, you see how quickly I do it now, but that's because I've been flying A320s in various sims for years. Ah, the FCU. I think it's called the FCU. The Flight Control Unit. Oh. apparently, according to rmg.co.uk, it takes 1.3 seconds for light to travel from the moon to the Earth. So I was not correct.
Ladies and gentlemen, in just a few moments we'll begin our meal service. Please refer to the menu given to you on boarding for the two meal choices and for the beverage choices available. We request that you keep the aisles clear.
Yeah, it's very different to a Boeing FMS, for example. So as a lot of you know, I do my flight planning in SimBrief, and then I import it via the world map screen in the sim. And that does successfully fill out most of the MCDU pages for you. But it's still not complete, even with the fly-by-wire mod at the moment. So flight time today is scheduled for an hour and a half. Most flights seem to do it in about an hour and a quarter. But Jason managed to do it today in an hour and 5, so we'll see. About 50 minutes left to go. Of course, I didn't start a timer when we took off. I never think to. You should really. But in the real aircraft, it actually records your takeoff time automatically. Yes, I would expect a little bit. I'm ready with the seatbelt sign. Nobody panic. Quite excited about going back to Nantes. I haven't been there since I reviewed the add-on. So levelling off now at flight level 340 at cruising altitude. Yeah, I should do that. Does it work properly? It doesn't over here, does it? I guess this one probably works. Yeah. Maybe if I fiddle with the buttons enough now, it'll jog my memory next time. So it's a small town or hamlet just down here to the right somewhere called Sort. S-O-R-T. And I can't think of how to pronounce that in a more Spanish way. Just along this river. Well, this might be it down here, I think. Oh, okay, okay. Zanis, hello, nice to see you. You've missed Barcelona again. Last time the sim crashed, and this time you weren't here for takeoff, but you can always watch it back later. And you will, of course, get to see Nantes, touch wood. Yeah, to be honest, I could do that. I could just start the navlog timer or use my phone or anything really. I never think to do it. Because as I say, in the real aircraft and in the FS Labs Airbus on what's it called, Prepared, it's all automatic. I'm sure it'll be in here one day. It's not in the Atsu already, is it? Yeah, a little bit of light chop here. Please demonstrate some Spanish and interesting facts on the area.
Contact Bordeaux Center on 121.25. Have a good afternoon.
I won't speak Spanish, not least because Zanis is here. But I'll see if I can find some facts for you as we fly. We're very nearly at the border with France. And in fact, there are no towns that I can see on my map between here and there. I'll have a quick look down here. I think there's somewhere called Espot and La Guingueta d'Aneo. No, my Spanish is not good at all. Patrick, oh, you're very welcome. I'm glad you're finding them useful. The next one I do will be oh, my mind today is just not there. What did I say earlier, team? That's alright. I've got nothing to say in Spanish really at all because I don't speak it. Trondheim, that's my next airport review. Should be out tomorrow. And that's why I certainly didn't want to speak Spanish. It's bad enough pronouncing Spanish place names. Do you know, I was about to agree with you, Caffel, about Spain being a beautiful country, but some of the people there, honestly, so rude when you try your best to pronounce their place names. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, I was going to look up some French places en route for you. Well, I'm pleased to be reviewing one that you definitely don't need to buy then. Right, so down here we have a place called Saint-Giron, which is not an old city, it's quite modern, and it's named after the saint Saint-Giron, who was a 5th century saint who evangelized Novem Populania. In the 9th century, some of his relics were supposedly buried in Saint-Giron church, around which the city later developed. Has a moderate but warm oceanic climate that is quite prone to temporary vast extremes in temperature as a result of its inland position. Saint-Giron, just under our right there. Yes, we will be going near Toulouse. I can't quite see it on the map. Oh yes, yeah, we are nearly there. You're absolutely right. I'm happier speaking French than Spanish, Zanis. I don't think I will get PAC-X, no. It's not really my sort of thing. I've seen other people use it and I see the appeal. But for me, it's just one more add-on to spend money on that I don't think I'd get that much pleasure out of. So Toulouse should be very nearby now. I'd expect it to look quite large, and I can't see it. If we follow this river up. I don't know, you lot make too many demands of me. It used to be enough that I'd just fly the plane, you know? Anyway, I'll tell you a little bit about Toulouse, and then I might start getting ready for our approach. So the river we're crossing at the moment is the River Garonne, which is 93 miles from the Med. And Toulouse is the 4th largest city in France, with a population of 479,553. It's the capital of the French département of Haute-Garonne and of the region of Occitanie. So, with blah 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 blah, that's very boring. It's the centre of the European aerospace industry, as you might have guessed, having the headquarters of Airbus down there. It's also home to ATR, which I did not know, and the Aerospace Valley, which I don't know anything about. I mean, I could keep clicking links, but there's a bit of scope creep, isn't it, really? So the University of Toulouse is one of the oldest in Europe, founded in 1229. And it's the 4th largest university campus in France after the universities of Paris, Lyon and Lille. The air route between Toulouse-Blagnac and the Paris airports is the busiest in France, transporting 3.2 million passengers in 2019. So there you are. And it was founded by the Romans. Final facts. Yeah, my French accent is definitely better than my Spanish. Have you visited? Can you actually visit the Airbus space, Dennis? I tell you what though, next time Zanis turns up on a live stream of a flight over Spain, I'm diverting to somewhere that isn't Spain as quickly as possible. What are we doing? Let's have a look at how long we are from our top of descent. 100 nautical miles should be starting down in about 13 minutes. So we will hand over control to the co-pilot.
You have control.
I have control.
We'll update, get the latest meta. Oh, I'd love to visit. When COVID is over, I'm planning a bit of a tour of France and Belgium. I've got friends in Paris and a friend in Brussels, and I've got a sort of acquaintance who lives somewhere in the south of France. He's recently bought a house there, and I don't know him all that well, but he's very nice, and I'm sure I could go and stay there. So maybe I'll add Toulouse to the itinerary. Actually, this screen doesn't automatically update, so we will wait for our company message notification. Go to received messages, and there is our latest meta. So wind is 190 at 4. QNH is 1019. So we're expecting an approach to runway 21. I'm going to give the RNAV approach a go, even though RNAV isn't properly implemented in the sim, because I think we should have enough visibility to fly most of it visually. Broken clouds at 4,700, few clouds at 3,800. Yeah, that's not too bad. So we'll go to our arrival page. We are indeed expecting the Mana 1 Alpha Star, I think. Yeah, we are. And we're going to do the RNAV 21 approach. Have you just started changing course because I've updated our approach? That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Okay, so now I've inserted it. It seems to be okay. But I am going to have to check our via point. Is it La Roque? Yeah, I think it is. Hello, plane. Nice to see you. That could be good, yeah. A group Filbert Flies meetup in Toulouse. Why the hell not? So we got that programmed in. I'm just checking that Laroc is our transition using Navigraph. Yes, it is. Cool. We'll go over to the perf page, and input the data that we just got from the META. So QNH1019. Temperature. Didn't write it down, did I? Silly sausage. ATSU, AOC menu, received messages, META. Temperature's 15. And the wind was 19004. Transition altitude will be via ATC. And our minimums are 530 feet. Hello, Samsonite. Yeah, I had a bit of a nap when I got home, but not enough of one, really. I'm stumbling over my words and forgetting what things are called. How was your shift? The other thing we need to do is set our auto brakes, and I think low should be enough, but I'm going to choose medium because this plane is very, very slippery on the ground as of a couple of updates ago. It might be better now, I don't know. We'll arm our speed brake lever. We'll turn on the landing system in preparation. And we'll take back control from the co-pilot.
I have control.
You have control.
Do you know, I know very, very little about military planes, Anis. Very, very little. I shall look up the A400M later. Hang on, I'll check. So we're landing in a southwesterly direction to 1. So we're landing from the north. Oh, good. I'm pleased it was quiet at least. What's that? Oh, I see what you're saying. The A400M is an updated Hercules, is it? Okay. Oh yeah, it's instantly recognisable, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah, my last night was my last night shift, fortunately. Last one for another 5 weeks. So this town down here is Agen. And up ahead of us, just to the east, is Bergerac, as in Cyrano de. Yeah, me too, Zanis. Good news about the vaccine though, isn't it? It's all... I'm feeling a lot more positive about the whole situation than I was a week ago. But I'm just desperate to leave this country. Town just here on the river is Villeneuve-sur-Lot. This presumably being the River Lot. I can't see. Yes, it is, yes. That would would actually be quite fun, wouldn't it? To have a group trip to Toulouse. Maybe one day. Oh, I want to have a holiday. I don't want to leave the UK permanently. Well, some of the time I don't want to leave the UK permanently. Some of the time it seems quite appealing. But I'm not going to discuss that or the vaccines because we don't do contentious issues.
You expect the Mono 1 Alpha arrival with the Manac transition for the RNAV approach to runway 21 with the Lyric transition at Nantes Atlantique after ADD-ONS cleared direct Manac contact Bordeaux Center on 120.3. Have a good one.
Expect the Mana 1 Alpha arrival.
Oh, I can imagine 6 hours in a face mask is a long time.
To runway 21 with the Lyric transition after ADD-ONS cleared direct Manac Center on 120.3 Vueling 2972. Center on 125.3 Vueling 2. Center Vueling 2972 at flight level 340.
Vueling 2972. Good afternoon. Radar contact.
Do you know, Zenith, if I left the UK, sometimes I do, when I'm travelling, when I'm on holiday or whatever, I like to think about where would I live. Because I love London. It's a great city. My whole life's here, my friends, my family, everyone's here. And that's why I don't want to leave, really, because it's the people. But yeah, there are a lot of cities in Spain that I could see myself living in. I really like Barcelona, as I said. I like Valencia. I like Seville. And you know, I wouldn't rule out perhaps moving abroad when I'm retired, or I don't know, maybe one day. Oh, that's exciting, Cathal. That is exciting. Yeah, because Vienna was one of the first they released, wasn't it? Yeah, I like the music, I like the food, I like the general ethos towards life. It's a good country, Spain. After ADD-ONS cleared direct Manic, she said, didn't she? Where are they? Oh, okay, that is our routing anyway. I would have to take my cats with me, yeah. I've got two. One's called Morris, one's called Mildred, and they are both asleep on the sofa at the moment. Your mum has 12! Good grief! That's a lot of cats. Yeah, I really like Stockholm, I have to say. It's the only part of Sweden I've been to. But it is a bit too cold for me as well. If I was to leave the UK, I would go somewhere warmer. I went to Oslo as well for New Year. In fact, I've done a lot of travelling to cold places lately. I went to Toronto last February, this February, to see a friend, and that was bitterly cold. And everyone said, "Why are you going to Toronto in the winter?" And I said, "Because it might be beautiful. It'd be all covered in snow." And anyway, it wasn't. There was very little snow. It was just bitterly cold. And yeah, Oslo for New Year. Went to Krakow for New Year as well. I don't mind visiting cold places, but I don't think I'd want to live there. This is your mum, Jason, that you're talking to about. She got 12 cats in a big villa in Lanzarote. See, that sounds like quite a nice life to me.
Manac at flight level 200, then descend via the Mono 1 Alpha arrival with the Manac transition to flight level 140 QNH is 1019er at Nantes Atlantique.
We'll cross Manac at flight level 200, then descend via the Mana 1 Alpha arrival with the Manac transition to flight level 140 QNH is 1019er Vueling 2972.
So we want to be at Manac at 200. How far off are we? Quite a long way. Okay, so we're about 80 nautical miles from Manac, so we'll start our descent in a couple of minutes' time. Oh really? Tiny London. Yeah, but London's too cold for me in the winter, that's the thing. You know, I don't love London because of the weather, put it that way. A friend of mine wants us to do the Camino de Santiago once the pandemic's over. And I'm tempted, I think I'd really enjoy it, but he walks like 25-30 miles in a day. And I find that after about 15 miles, I've had enough generally. Okay, let's start our descent down to flight level 200 now. And let's tell the passengers about it. Because we can.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the captain. Well, we are coming towards the end of our flight today, so we will shortly be starting our descent into our destination. Once we've landed, it will take us just a couple of minutes to taxi to the gate. During that time, we'll ask that you remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until I have turned the seatbelt sign off. But it's been lovely having you on board with us. I do hope you've had an enjoyable flight and wish you a very pleasant onward journey. Thank you.
The 747 is... I haven't even tried flying it since about a week after the sim was initially released because it was really bad. It may have got better, I don't know. The 787 is now flyable. I've been having a little play with that. It's one of the things I'm considering doing for my 1,000 subscribers celebratory flight. Perhaps a long haul in the 787, but yeah, I don't think the 744, the 748 is there yet. So for those of you who don't know what an RNAV approach is, it's essentially a GPS guided approach. So much like an ILS, you should get lateral guidance here and vertical guidance here. But unlike an ILS approach, it doesn't have to have a smooth vertical path. So the descent profile can take you down a little bit and then level you off, take you down a little bit more. And it doesn't have to have a straight lateral path either. So it can be a bit wiggly, like the one at Innsbruck, for example. However, in the sim, they don't work terribly well. You often get vertical guidance, but it's not necessarily accurate. And you very, very rarely get horizontal guidance. But this is quite a simple one. It's slightly offset, but essentially we have to descend to 3,000 feet, and then it's a smooth descent down with a turn on short final. It's the one I did. No, I didn't. Did I do the VOR one? Can't remember. I think I did a VOR approach in my review of the scenery. I might have done this RNAV one. But we'll give it a go. It's not as straightforward as an ILS because it doesn't work properly, but I have faith in... well, no, I'm not going to say anything.
Vueling 2972 contact Bordeaux Center on 130.9. Enjoy your afternoon.
So we should be able to see the Atlantic now, just about, maybe?
Vueling 2972.
No, not quite. Too hazy. But the Atlantic is
Centre
over here.
2972 descending to flight level 140.
Vueling 2972 good afternoon. Radar contact.
We'll turn the engine anti-ice on. And we'll turn the wing anti-ice on. Not because we should have to, because you would only use that if there was visible ice. But this sim is big on icing. And we'll turn the probe heat from auto to on for the same reason, just to be on the safe side. There are 2 random question marks because I didn't put in a registration number. I didn't put in a tail number. So most planes just leave it blank, but for some reason this one, if you leave it blank, puts 2 question marks there. And the reason I didn't put one in is because there's one hard baked into the livery. So I was hoping it would just leave it blank. Thank you very much for the sub, IB Bangin. Some sort of drummer, I presume. What's that, Zanis? This is the default live weather. I don't own Rex Weather Force. Oh, Von Hoffnung. I don't know if you're watching as well as hosting, but if you are, thank you very much for hosting my stream. You are, you're here. Hello. Nice to see you. It's been a while. How are things? So we were told that we had to cross Manac at 200 and then descend to flight level 140. Oh, dead. Yeah, you did mean dead, right? Okay. I thought it might have been an abbreviation, DED. Yeah, it's nice of you to host this on your Twitch channel. I don't really understand Twitch. That's probably why I've only got about 14 followers there. In contrast to my recently reached 1,000 on YouTube. Oh, I didn't know you're getting married. Congratulations. Sounds like a lot of work, but I'm sure it'll be worth it.
Vueling 2972 contact Bordeaux Center on 124.2. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Zanis.
Center on 124.2, Vueling 2972.
thanks for the congrats.
Vueling 2972 at flight level 200.
Yeah, I don't think I can deal with doubles,
Vueling
Anis, to be honest.
2972, good afternoon.
As long as you only watch on one
Radar
platform,
contact.
that's fine. With the UNAV approach, do you have to get to a certain height before you land? Or do you have to manage your altitude on the dashboard? The FCU. Yeah, so it'll guide you all the way down, usually to the last sort of 1,000 feet, and then you hand fly it in on an RNAV approach. Yeah, that is the beauty of Twitch. It is less laggy. So yeah, so just to continue on with that, Jason, the RNAV vertical guidance doesn't work properly in this sim. It should just be able to be left in manage mode and it would guide you all the way down. But yeah, for this approach we'll probably have to manage our own altitude using selected altitude mode. Thank you, Santa Maria Lopez. I'm glad you're enjoying it. No subscribe button? What, on Twitch? The co-pilot, yeah, the co-pilot's changing my radios for me, Rahal. I don't know how I did that. It just has always happened. There must be a config option, but in fact there are a few changes you have to do yourself. Once you land, I think you have to switch to ground by yourself. And I'm doing it. I've got the comm frequency window from P2A open next to my sim window, so I'm not actually using the aircraft radios. I don't think Twitch has the option to embed a subscribe button. I don't think. I might be wrong. Oh, I see. Paying subscribe. Yeah, yeah. I don't have enough followers to do that yet. Oh, right. Maybe one of you can show me what I'm doing with Twitch one of these days, because I don't know what I'm doing at all. So what you're saying that Twitch has a button that allows you to subscribe and pay money to watch my stream? Is that what we're saying? What have I missed here? Smooth flying. Thank you for the Twitch follow. Appreciate it. But you know, if people are worried about not being able to pay money to watch me fly, and I can understand why you would be, there is a link to donate on the YouTube description for this video, and obviously I like it very much when people give me money. No obligation. I love you all just as much regardless, but the option is there. Well, hello, Rahel. Yeah, it's always worked for me. I got Pilot to ATC more or less as soon as it started working with Microsoft Flight Sim, and it's worked. But I don't really know what I'm doing with it. Oh, okay, Dave. That's interesting to know. I'm sure it did at the beginning, but it doesn't anymore, so I don't know what's changed. Anyway, I'm getting distracted from the fact that we should be descending now to flight level 140. And at La Roque, we need to be between flight level 070 and flight level 140, so that's fine.
Cabin crew, prepare for arrival.
Yeah, so I don't meet most of those, Dennis. I don't have... I mean, I just don't have any followers. I think my average is 0.8 viewers per live broadcast or something like that. And I think I've got maybe 16, 17 followers now. But to be fair, I've mostly been concentrating on YouTube just because that's the one that grew first. Ah, interesting, Zenith. Yeah, okay, I hadn't thought of that. Next group flight might be, and I'm not committing to this because I just feel I've been overdoing it a little bit with flight simming lately, but it might be Saturday week, so not this Saturday, but the one after. No, it's not. The descent rate's alright, the angle of attack isn't. You wouldn't expect the nose to pitch down quite this much. But yeah, Zanis, if you've got any suggestions for upping my Twitch viewership, then I'd be interested to hear them. Because YouTube, I think it's down to sort of what you title your videos, how you tag them, that sort of thing. But on Twitch, you don't really have that option as far as I can tell. Ah, thanks, Zanis, thank you. I need to get rid of this default zombie animation as well. I thought I'd change them all to my little spinning plane, but obviously hasn't stuck. Oh, there will definitely be more, Jason. I enjoyed it as well. It's the preparation that takes the time. The actual flight I love. Yeah, they do, Rahel. They do. Yeah, go ahead, Zanis. I'm all ears. Okay, that's a good idea. I'll do that. Follow me on Twitch too. Yeah,
contact press center on 123.75. Enjoy your afternoon.
Center on 123.75, Vueling 2972. Center Vueling 2972 at flight level 140.
But look at how beautiful this is. For all its faults, this is still the best sim I've ever flown. Yeah, bots are something I haven't really looked into, and I probably should. Flightzilla, we are going to have a celebratory 1000 flight, probably on Sunday, and I think I might do a long haul. I haven't oh, why is it climbing? We'll have to go into selected altitude mode. Shouldn't be climbing. Yeah, so possibly a long haul in the 787, that's what I'm thinking, but I'm not certain
approach
yet.
on 119.4. Have a nice day.
Approach on 119.4, Vueling 2972.
Sorry, Pablo, you think messages is...
Oh,
MSFS is slowly getting better. Yeah, it is.
Descending to flight level 140.
Vueling 2972, good afternoon. Radar contact.
I need to stop opening my big mouth on these streams. I think Sunday. I'm not definitely going to do it on Sunday because I've got some sort of tentative real life plans that I should probably prioritise, but soon. probably Sunday. If not Sunday, then soon after. There we are. That's as committed as I'm getting at the moment. Add notifications or subscribe to YouTube channel. Follow me on Twitch. Is it, with the bots, I presume? Is that what you mean? Get the bots to say that? I could do that.
Vueling 29072 descend via the Lara transition to flight level 140.
Descent to flight level 140 via the Laric transition.
See, I don't know why Pilot 280C is saying this, because I'm at flight level 140 and I want to descend further, really. I also want to slow down because 2 waypoints time we need to be at 210 knots or below. Let's ask for a descent. Vueling 29072, request descent to flight level 70.
Aircraft calling approach, say again with your call sign.
Vueling 2972, request descent to flight level 70. Vueling 2972, request descent to flight level 70. Okay, I'm just going to do it.
Descent and maintain flight level 080, Vueling 2972.
Oh, alright, I can do that. Yeah, I've got a few Windows voices, but I thought I had them all installed, to be honest with you. I don't really know, Ollie. I don't really know. Someone set up this me bot for me, Harry, who since has decided not to be part of my Discord anymore. It's just to do with how much you say, I think. I think the more you say, the higher your level. I think I'm level 6, which I'm very proud of. Use a little bit of speed brake to increase our rate of descent because we're still quite high. Where do you get these voices from, Rahal? Because maybe I don't recognise some of those names. Oh right, thanks Dennis, I'll have a look after. So now we're going to go into selected airspeed mode and start slowing down as well as descending, which is not an easy combination. Oh, you weren't rabbiting on too much at all, Jason, not at all. And your mic certainly wasn't the worst there. So I think we're still way too high, and I wish they'd cleared us for descent, a further descent earlier on. Turn the landing lights on as we'll be passing through 10,000 feet shortly. I'll have to have a look at your channels, Anis.
Ladies and gentlemen,
okay, I'll have to have a look at how you install these voices, Rahal. I don't really know what I'm doing, to be honest. But also, Pilot 280C is getting on my nerves at the moment. It's just not It's not performing as well as it used to, like this weird descent thing that's going on. Had you turned on notifications as well as subscribing, Rahel?
Vueling 2972 descend via the Larratt transition to flight level 080.
Descent to flight level 080 via the Larratt transition.
Tell me, Von Hoffner, are they all on
Vueling
YouTube?
2972.
See, I need to go down to 3,000 feet because that's our constraint for the next waypoint. Vueling 2972, request descent to 3,000 feet.
2972 descend and maintain 3,000 feet. QNH is 1018.
Descent and maintain 3,000 feet. QNH is 1018. Vueling 2972.
Approach checklist.
Oh, hang
Briefing.
on. No, we need to set our barrow pressure first.
Confirmed.
ECAM status.
Checked.
Barrow ref.
1018 set.
1018 set.
Oh,
Minimum.
right.
Engine mode
That would
selector.
explain it.
Normal.
Approach checklist complete.
Okay, so because we need to be below 210 knots, we'll activate the approach phase now. And that means that we can start extending flaps whenever we want and hopefully give it back control of the airspeed. In fact, let's extend our first stage of flaps now.
Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
The trimming on the Airbus is automatic.
Vueling 2972 QNH is 1018 at Nantes Atlantique. Contact tower on 118.65. Enjoy your afternoon.
I think this is going to be a missed approach.
1018 tower on 118.65.
And it's not my fault, it's air traffic control's fault.
Tower Vueling 2972 inbound for an
Yeah, I think they
approach
did,
runway
Jason.
21.
I think they did. Welcome back. Welcome
Vueling
back.
2972, good afternoon. Radar contact. Continue RNAV to runway 21 call when established on final.
Continue a nav to runway 21 will call when established on final. Vueling 2972.
Interesting choices of pronunciation of RNAV, RNAV, and RNAV. We might be alright. Got about 20 miles to run once we make our next turn. Yeah, we will be alright, I think. But remember, folks, never be afraid to go around. Yeah, it's a really nice livery, isn't it? It's one of their special liveries. They've got a few of these. So we're now turning on to final. And by FRS 21, which is the next waypoint, we want to be at 3,000 and just starting our further descent. Let's add a little more speed brake, shall we? Yeah, that sounds like a possibility. Re the Xbox. So interestingly, our RNAV, nothing to do with our RNAV approach is coming up here at all. Sometimes you get a bit of guidance. Oh yeah, we do. We've got a vertical guidance, but it's just wrong. Oh, look at that, 3,000 feet near us, damn it. Let's get rid of our speed brake and arm. Ground spoilers, we'll do flaps 2.
Speed checked. Flaps 2.
Gear down.
So now because we're in managed speed mode, it's going to keep
Gear down.
descending. And we're going to hand fly it because we want to keep going down below 3,000 feet. And I'd like to think the co-pilot might announce that we're established on final, but maybe I should do it. Yeah, visibility isn't great. You'll have to forgive me if I miss your messages, because I have to concentrate now. And I'll read up and check them after we park.
Checked.
So we don't even have any DME readout. But at 3 nautical miles we should be at 1460. And looking at Navigraph we are nearly there and we are way too high. So we still might go around.
Flaps 3.
Speed checked.
I'm not
Flaps
lined up with the
3.
runway now, it's an offset approach, so we're not supposed to be yet.
Flaps full.
Speed checked.
Flaps full.
Cabin crew,
Landing
be seated
checklist.
for landing. Cabin crew.
Advised.
Auto thrust.
Speed.
Auto brake.
Low.
ECAM memo.
Landing no blue.
Landing checklist complete.
Checked.
Vueling 2972 winds are light and variable, cleared to land runway 21.
Clear to land runway 21, Vueling 2972.
So basically from this point we proceed visually.
100 above.
And the pappies look good.
500. Minimum.
Now they don't, so we'll pull up a tiny bit.
400.
A little bit low, a little bit right of centre.
200.
Continue.
And I've got that wing roll bug, which is a shame. Thought that was gone for a minute.
Spoilers.
Vueling
Reverse green.
2972 exit
Decel.
runway when able.
$70 knots.
No, it wasn't centered because of the wing roll bug. That was nothing. There was nothing I could do about that. I used a little bit of rudder to straighten it out before touchdown, and the wing just dipped.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the conclusion of our flight. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign and the aircraft is parked safely. This will be your indication that it is safe to move around the cabin, gather your belongings and disembark.
Thank you.
Thank you for flying with us today. We appreciate your business.
I didn't think it
and
was
hope to
too
see you
bad,
once again on a
considering the broken RNAV functionality and the wing roll. I thought it was alright. It does sound like a train, I know. All should be fixed January 2021. How do you know this, bloody stub? Right, so now we're down. We'll turn our landing lights off. That's set to taxi. We'll turn our strobe off. We no longer need our anti-ice, so we can turn that off. We'll start the APU. And we'll contact ground if I can find a frequency for them and get our taxi clearance. Oh, that's good to know. That is good to know. 121.65. And we want to go to gate 6 because that's where the real aircraft parks. Ground, Vueling 2972, request taxi to gate 6.
Vueling 2972 taxi to gate 6 via taxiways Bravo, runway 3 Charlie, hold short runway 03, and runway 21.
Okay, I don't think we need to cross any runways,
Bravo,
I'm pretty sure.
Runway 3 Charlie, hold short runway 03,
yes, I had heard that UK 2000 bringing out Glasgow and Inverness. Yes, I was aware of that. Yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful weather. Oh, I'm pleased. You know, I've only watched one of those community videos. It was one of the early ones. I've been banging on about it in the forums for a long time, trying to get people to upvote one topic. So I'm glad they're on top of it. Right, I'm going to scroll up and see what messages I've missed. I'll still miss some because there were just too many. You can always go around. Yes, but when you've got my level of skill, just no need, Zenis. And I don't know about the landing rate. There's a reason I don't bring it up. Sometimes it's better not to know.
Vueling 2972
Butter
clear
it.
to cross runway 21, remain this frequency for further instructions.
Clear to cross runway 21, remain this frequency.
But this is a
Vueling
taxiway.
2972.
A lot of numbers, yep, good. Thanks for that, Zanis, yep. Push the nose down, do it for sure, just hope it... well, I pushed it down a little. Right, I'm going to go back to concentrating on where we're going because I don't know this airport at all. So I think we're now on Romeo. We're going to turn right on Romeo Charlie. Are we? What did they say? Short road, runway 21. Yes, we are. We're going to turn right on Romeo Charlie.
After landing checklist.
Flaps.
Retracted.
Spoilers.
Disarmed.
APU.
Start.
Radar.
It's quite tight, this taxiway, isn't it?
Off.
Predictive wind shear system.
Off.
After landing checklist complete.
Interesting. I've come the wrong way. I've come the wrong way. I should have taken the next right, not this one. I thought it looked a bit narrow for an airliner. Oh dear. Not to worry, we'll turn around. We'll go the right way. Yes it is, Caffel. And thanks, Pablo. Yeah, I don't like flying to default airports. I've tried it. It was not for me. Hey, yeah, that's not bad, is it? Good little Yui. I bet this sort of thing happens in the real world all the time. Well, some of them I get for free, Zanis. Some of them they give me press copies to review. This was one of them. And I don't know how much I've spent. Not 500 euros. Not on this sim anyway. Including this and previous sims, I dread to think. Probably over the last 20 years I've spent thousands. Yeah, it is lucky. It is lucky. Thank you, Jason. I'm not sure you would have done the same, but I appreciate the sentiment. Right, I think I want to go up here. And so I don't make a fool of myself again, I'm just going to pause here and have a look at the chart. Parking stands and coordinates. Okay, so oh yeah, I want to park up next to that. It's basically the last jetway up there. Yeah, that's not a bad call, Zanis. Before I commit, I don't think there's room at that gate because this aircraft's parked here and they don't look like they're designed to be used together. So I'm going to park here instead.
Taxi light off.
Yeah, one day we'll have follow me cars. Probably when GSX comes across from prepared. Oh, it's one of these jetways. Same as we had at Gothenburg. Anyway, here we are. Let's turn on the external power. We don't need the APU after all. Turn off the engines. Turn off the seatbelt signs and the beacon light and the fuel pumps. And we'll run the parking checklist.
Parking checklist.
APU bleed.
On.
Engines.
Off.
Seatbelts.
Off.
Exterior lights.
Set.
Fuel pumps.
Off.
Parking brake and chocks.
On and in.
Parking checklist complete.
Right, what have I missed now? Follow me car, yes, could use one. Yes, I could indeed use one. Overhead maps of the airport are easy to get. Yeah, I've got no excuse. I've got, not only have I got maps, I've got a Navigraph subscription so I can actually see where my plane is on top of some of the maps. But I stopped looking at it. You're over here bush landing on ponds. Oh, nice. But you should see some of my bush landings, von Hoffner. I'm doing this South America tour with on MSFS bush pilots, and I am absolutely hopeless at them. Absolutely hopeless. My next live stream will probably be on Sunday. Yes, indeed, the Navigraph GPS maps are so helpful. You just have to look at them. I haven't listened to the podcast yet, no. Can you actually turn on outside power when engines are on? I think so at some airports. Yeah, so you certainly can in this aircraft. How prototypical that is, I don't know. But I imagine that they wouldn't be keen on you running the APU if it wasn't entirely necessary. But I'm speculating a bit here. Lovely livery, and it's a lovely airport as well. I really like Nantes. Done a great job. You're very welcome, Smooth Flying. What's the lol probably, von Hoffman? Oh, they're two separate comments, aren't they? We're a fair way off. Anyway, I'm going to call it a day there. Next live stream will be on Sunday, and we might be doing something special to celebrate 1,000 subscribers if I come up with a good plan. Otherwise, it'll just be another normal stream, and we will save that until such time as there's something that I would really like to do that's a bit different. I don't know if I'm going to be flying from Nantes on Sunday. I know I normally do pick up where I left off, but if I'm doing a long haul, it won't be from here. Ugando, I stream using restream.io, which basically you set your streaming software to stream to that, and it forwards it to Twitch and YouTube at the same time. Oh, that's exciting. I'm curious about what Guy are up to. I'm interested in particular in which UK airport they're doing, and I hope it'll be Gatwick. Oh right, yes, probably. yeah. Probably be streaming on Sunday. You're absolutely right. Yeah. Glad I caught some. Oh yeah, I'm glad you were here. It's been nice to see you again. Great. Well, thank you all for coming. I hope you've enjoyed the flight in spite of the little issue with the taxi-in, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care. Bye bye.